this delishUp. I'm loving this 180-degree journey, that like 180-degree flip that I've made. Hi, I'm Aishwarya and I'm a food scientist at Up. Today I will be talking about my journey and also like why we have food is like so much more than just something that fills your stomach. It is so much about nostalgia. You have conversations around food with friends, people you meet. It just takes you back in time and just makes you remember the good time when you were in your childhood days and you would have aloo tomato from your like friend's tiffin. So even though the ingredients were quite similar, it used to taste different for every single person. I come from a family which has always been in the food industry, and to me food has never been challenging because there were always conversations around food. So even when I walked into a kitchen, I never felt like this was something that was too challenging for me. And this completely changed when I joined Up and we started having consumer trials where people had no idea of how to, let's say, cut onions or wash rice or even how to wash like basic things. So how we solved it was by adding preps to every ingredient that is there on the delishUp. What we want to do is just solve cooking for everyone. Cooking shouldn't be challenging, it is not challenging, and no one should feel that every time they step into a kitchen. And I hope that with the recipes that we have on the delishUp, that I hope it changes your life in the way that it did mine. What we are trying to do is also rewrite the whole cooking playbook. Cooking has always been about, people get intimidated by cooking, and we want to take away from that. So we want to pull you back into a space where we tell you, hey, it's okay. Food is not challenging at all. The things that I am doing now, other than building recipes, is, recipes are now to me like it's almost like cooking on flame because I have gotten so used to it. What we plan to do is like have a lot of regional recipes, because right now we were doing a lot of fusion food that was quirky, that people found exciting. And during the trial process also, people were like, oh, beetroot pasta is not something I've ever eaten, but when can you make pasta out of beetroots? Like, is that even possible? And beetroot pasta happens to be one of the most popular kid recipes today. And so what I'm trying to do right now is just have a lot more representation of cultural food on the delishUp. So one of the coolest features of the delishUp, I think I get more excited about talking about the manual mode than the actual recipes, because I developed recipes using the manual mode. So manual mode, just to simplify things for everyone, is about time, temperature and speed. Why do we need? So we need only 3 things in order to cook on the delishUp. If there is something that you really want to cook and it's not in the recipe section, you can still cook on it. What you have to do is, we have a bunch of presets for you. So when I talk about time is important in cooking. Temperature is again a very crucial factor that comes into play especially when you're cooking in the delishUp. And speed again is the speed of the blade that is there at the bottom. So what happens is, we have developed a bunch of presets for you to make things easier. So let's say if you want to cut onions and you just bought the delishUp, you have no idea how to go about it, but you still want to make something that reminds you of home or nostalgia in some ways. You can still cook it. So you go to the manual mode, click on cutting onions, and all that again that you have to do is just press start, because the presets are already there. So time is fixed for a specific amount of seconds. Temperature, you do not need temperature in order to cut onions, so we will keep the temperature to 20 degrees, which is your room temperature. And then you have the blade setting. You can go from choosing to make your onions look chunky, or if you want to mince them or you want to turn them into a paste, we have all of that covered for you. You don't have to think about any of this, but just in case if you want to have a recipe that you would like to have on the delishUp that is not there, you can cook by yourself using the manual mode. And trust me when I say that manual mode is the most coolest thing and the most revolutionary thing on the delishUp, other than the recipes that are there. It's because you can do everything by yourself with the help of the presets that are given there. So let's say if you just want to caramelize your onions. Now, if you were to do the same thing on a flame, it would take you hours and you would have to stir it continuously. And you wouldn't know, like what flame should you use? Like, should it be medium? Should it be low? Should it be high? You have to do this for how long? What does browning of onion mean? And when do you know it is finally caramelized? So there are a lot of things that you have to take into account and you have to be constantly watching it. But if you were to use the manual settings, what you would realize is that we will give you a preset. Oh look, here's a way that you can caramelize your onions, and you don't have to think about anything. You can just literally just cut onions into two, put it in the device and just walk away. Can we cook everything on the delishUp? Yes, you can. Can you cook rice recipes? Yes. Can you cook curries? Yes. Can you do sabzis? Yes. Can you make desserts? Yes. So the answer to most of these questions is going to be yes, because you can. We already have like a bunch of recipes on the delishUp and we are continuously testing more and more, and they're still in the development stage right now, so we have not released them. But if your question is, can I cook something on the delishUp that is not already there? The answer to that is yes, you can, because the manual mode takes care of that. We have like a bunch of presets for you that will help you and guide you to cook anything that you would want to.